Hey guys, today I'm gonna do my, I never remember the month, I'm sorry. Give me a minute. April wrap up. There we go. Okay. So, in April, I managed to read 14 books. Yes, you heard me right. 14 books. I don't know how. I just was in this huge reading mood. It's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna get started because don't want to waste you guys' time too much. And excuse the blanket. It's fucking cold in this house, which is a good thing because it's kind of hot outside. So it's a little cool in here, and I'm just wrapped in my Avengers blanket. Excuse me, but yeah. So I only read 3 physical books out of the 14 books that I read. But I have them all in order, and again, I reviewed majority of these, so all of those reviews will be linked down below. The first book I read in the month of April was The Goddess Test by Amy Carter, the first book in the Goddess Test trilogy. I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. I had some issues with it. I had a couple issues with it. Like, I couldn't enjoy it thinking about the characters being their Greek counterparts. Like, Henry is Hades, and what's his name? Walter, I think his name was supposed to be Zeus. Yeah, I had to step back and look at them as individual characters and not their Greek gods and goddesses counterparts, or else I just really would have hated this book in this series. But other than that little nitpicky thing, I really enjoyed it. So I give that 4 out of 5 stars, did a review for that. And then next I read Goddess Hunt, also by Amy Carter, which is a novella. It's 1.5. And I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed that novella. Like, it wasn't necessary or anything. It didn't add anything to the series. But it was just a fun little adventure of what Kate did, during her summer break. So I thought it was good. And then after that, I reread Divergent by Veronica Roth, first book in the Divergent trilogy. Of course, 5 stars again because I just adore this book. And then after that, I read Free 4. Tobias tells the knife throwing scene or something like that by Veronica Roth, which is 1.5. It's just a little. It's not even really a novella. It's just a scene from Divergent told in 4's point of view. But I enjoyed it because I love 4 so much. I just think he's a great character. So I'll give that 5 out of 5 stars. And then after that, I reread again, another reread, Adam Copeland on Edge by Adam Copeland. Autobiography on WWE superstar Edge, who is one of my favorites of all time. This book is super duper old. It came out like, 2005. I read it in like 05, 06, but I just recently bought it like this year, so I reread it because I remember loving it so much, and I still love it. He's just so funny, and there's really great pictures. He was such a cute little kid. So yeah, 5 stars. I love this book so much. And then after that, I read Goddess Interrupted by Amy Carter, which is book 2 in the Goddess Test trilogy. I gave that a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved that book. I had issues with Henry. Again, they babied him, and it annoyed the crap out of me. But that ending, the cliffhanger ending, was everything. I loved that ending. Ridiculous. Kudos to Amy Carter, because that ending was amazing. So that was a 5 stars for me. And then after that, I immediately went and read Goddess Inheritance, which is the 3rd and final book in the Goddess Test trilogy by Amy Carter. And I gave that one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was just a really, really weak ending to me, especially after the amazingness that was Goddess Interrupted. It let me down. It let me down. I mean, I wrote a review about it. I'll link it below so you can see how I really felt. And then after that, I read Devoured by Emily Snow, which is a new adult novel, and I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. But I'm going to have to come back to that one And then after that, I read The DUFF, The Designated Ugly Fat Friend by Cody Keplinger, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it so much. I read it, I think, in like a couple of hours. Like, I just adored it so much. Really, really great. And then after that, I read All Over You by Emily Snow, which is point 5 in the Devoured trilogy. It comes before Devoured. And I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. And just a fair warning, if you are planning on reading the series, you really, really, really do need to read All Over You, the prequel novella, before you read Devoured, which is book 1. It helps a lot. Like, I wish I would have read them in order, but I didn't think that it would be a necessity to read a prequel, because usually it's not. Like, you can go into the first book and be perfectly fine. You really do need to read the prequel before you read the first book. So I gave that one a 4 out of 5 stars, and now that I have read that one, I would change my rating of Devoured to a 4 out of 5 stars, because now it helped me gain a better understanding of the book, even though in Devoured the characters annoyed the hell out of me. But that's neither here nor there. And then after that, I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Oh my gosh, you guys. This book, I think I forgot to grab the film. Oh no, here it is. This book, oh my gosh, this book, you guys, phenomenal. And like I said when I hauled it a couple of months ago, I saw the movie in theaters last year. I know. But reading this was just an experience. It was an experience. I loved it so much. You know, I knew what was going to happen and everything, but reading it was, it's just, it's amazing. And then to, you know, go along with that, I rewatched the film The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Really great book to movie adaptation. Amazing. I love this movie. Fantastic book. Check out both if you have not already. And then after that, I read Easy by Tamara Weber. 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my god. Loved this book. I read some really fantastic books this month. Like, I can't tell you which one would be my book of the month. I don't even know. And that's a new adult novel. Fantastic. I've really been getting into new adult books lately. So far, I am loving that genre a lot. So that was everything about that book I loved so much. So that was easily 5 out of 5 stars for me. And then after that, okay, you know how I just said, like literally a couple seconds ago, that I probably couldn't choose my favorite book of the month? I lied. This or Perks are tied for my favorite of the month. And it is Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. Oh my god. Can we talk? Oh my gosh, you guys. I am still fangirling over how much I love that book. I love it so much. Fantastic. So fantastic. One of my absolute favorites so far this year. I loved it. So good. So good. That and Perks definitely, they're tied. They're tied. They really are. And then after that, I read Crossing the Line by Katie McGarry, which is 1.5 in the Pushing the Limits series, I guess you would call it. It's a little novella about Leela, whatever. She was Echo's best friend for Pushing the Limits. Didn't really care for her character. The novella didn't help because she annoyed me. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5 stars, but I cannot wait for Dare You 2 because I loved Beth from Pushing the Limits. I thought she was great, so I really can't wait to read that. And that is all I read in the month of April. I'm not planning on doing a TBR, but I am currently reading 2 books. I'm reading Bare to You by Sylvia Day, which is the first book in the Couldn't Tell You trilogy. Drawing a blank here. And I'm also reading Walking Disaster by Jamie McGuire, which is the companion or sequel, I guess you could call it, to Beautiful Disaster, which I read in January of this year and loved. It is essentially the same story. It's the same exact story of Beautiful Disaster. It's just told in Travis's point of view. and it's interesting so far. Yeah, I honestly think Travis might be bipolar. He does things, and I'm just like, why? Why are you so irrational about things? But whatever. I definitely plan on doing a review about that book. But yeah, that's all I read this month. So until then, till next time. Bye, guys.